This deck that I'm building is not, again, in the current meta, which means I don't have to worry about things like whether the card is current. I can just build basically with what I have. So the first thing I want to do is pull out a fat stack of item cards. Now, why do I want to start with item cards? How's the deck looking? It's looking good, dude. Have you been watching? No, just kidding. It's looking really good, man. We got a good balance of strong cards. We've got cards that have call for family, so we can find the basics we need. We've got cards that let us draw, cards that let us pull energy from our discard pile. So we're doing a lot with a little here. We're assuming that we're running a low budget deck that doesn't have access to a lot of fancy cards. 2/3 done. 2/3 done. Now, I like to start building the draw engine of my cards with items. I like using items because you can use more than one item card per turn. So let's see what we've got here that's going to help us. I'm really looking for energy retrievals, or probably recognize this card if you played back in the day. This is from Fossil Set. This is our recycle card. We got some old school. Oh, look at this old school love, man. My boy, Bill. Hey, Santa, what's up, man? So let's take a look and see what we got here. In general, I have to consider supporters, I have to consider items, I have to consider stadiums, and Poké Tools are okay, but I don't really want to have to depend on them on my deck. I would rather have something playable that I get utility out of right away. So, let's take a look through here and see what we get. Rescue Carrier. No, I don't want to do that. Dream Ball. You can play this card only if you took it as a face-down prize card. Nope, that's super limited, it's not going to help me. Sylveon, Sun and Moon Badge, Umbreon, Toy Catcher. No. Looking through to see if there's anything that allows me to find a card I need or pull a card from my discard pile. Have you done D&D yet? Or done it before? Like Dungeons and Dragons? Yeah, man. Are you getting into D? Did you play D&D with G? Because I heard G just played D&D. Did you guys do a campaign together? Nice! Good for you, man. What character did you roll? Oh, you brought her in? Dude, I didn't know you were a D&D player. Wow, old school. Look at that. Look at that old school potion card back in the day. So this is, for those of you that don't know, this is what old trainer cards used to look like. There was no fancy supporter, there was no item, it was just trainer. Super cool. Alright, rare candy. Choose one of your basic Pokemon in play. If you have a stage 2 card in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon, put that on top of that and skip stage 1. We don't have any 3-stage Pokemon in here because I don't believe in the ramp up time with that. Edgar, what's up, dude? You guys, D says I've only done one session so far and we still need to get the others in. Yeah, but what did you roll, man? What's your character? Tell me. Unidentified fossil. Collapsed Stadium. Each player can't have more than 4 benched Pokemon. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, so maybe I want to run this deck where I limit my opponent's options. I'm going to put this to the side, even though that's in my item pile. Switch is always a good card to have. So we're going to do Switch. That lets me bail a Pokemon out and switch one in from my bench. Big Charm. That's not bad. Not bad. Scoop Up Net. Put one of your Pokemon that isn't a Pokemon V or a Pokemon GX into your hand. Attach, discard all attached cards. I don't want to do that because I don't want to have to discard cards if I don't need to. Turbo Patch. Flip a coin. If heads, attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your basic Pokemon that isn't a GX. We'll add that in because we're gonna be blasting through energy here because it's a fire deck. We're gonna have to discard a lot. Let's see. Single Strike. Crushing Gloves. All right. Let's see. Full Heal. No, we don't want that. Elemental Badge. Okay. So, check this out. Oh, it's not a V. Okay, if it was a Flareon V, we would be using the Elemental Badge. That would have been super duper helpful, but alas, it is not a V. Fog Crystal, Crushing Gloves, Full Heal. Man, this is not the drawer of item cards that I want. I'm gonna have to go to another one. Bill, draw 2 cards. You know what? Just for giggles, we're gonna put an old school Bill in here. Double full heal, elemental badge, Pokeball. Flip a coin. If head, search your deck for a Pokemon, show it to your opponent and put it in. There's better balls to put in, so I'm going to hold out and see if I can find a better one. Imposter Oak. OG. Alright. Snowleaf badge, elemental badge, potion, plus power. Wow. That's a card I haven't looked at in a long time. Super cool. This is not the drawer of cards that I want. So I'm gonna actually start by looking through my modern item cards. Choice belts. The attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon V. I don't know how many Vs I'm going to be playing. Here we go, Ultra Ball. I want 2 Ultra Balls because I want to be able to find the Pokemon that I need. So the text on an Ultra Ball says, you can use this card only if you discard 2 other cards from your hand, search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. I'm going to put 2 Ultra Balls in there because it lets me pull exactly what I want. It doesn't have to be a basic Pokemon. Claire, thank you for the gift. D, thanks for the likes, man. Appreciate you guys. Switch. How many switches do I have? I have 1. I'm going 2 switches. And I've got some supporters now. So let me just pull this to the side really quick. I've looked through these. So let's get a count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Switching comes rubber glove. Mega Turbo. Telescopic Sight, Sun and Moon Badge, Team Yell, Towel, Rusted Shield, Drone Rotom, no, Acrobike. Friend Ball. Technical Machine, G07, that's a cool card. Spirit Mask. Okay, so our Mad Cargo EXs force our Pokemon. D Rare Candy? No, because I don't have any Stage 2 Pokemon in my deck. My Mad Cargos make my opponent discard from the top of their deck. So I'm going to add a Spirit Mask in. This is not normally a card I would include, but it seems the theme of this deck is going to be making my opponent discard. So if this doesn't come into focus, I'm just going to read it. There we go. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, your opponent discards a card from their hand. So I'm going to put that in here. And let's go over to our supporters now. Raihan. Okay, that was just mixed in. A Quick Ball. You can play this card only if you discard another card from your hand, search your deck for a basic Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. We're going to add 2 Quick Balls. So right now we're pretty heavy on items. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're pretty good on items. Now we're going to really be looking to fill with supporters. Stadiums is going to be my last consideration here. Let's see what we got. I remember that card that used to be my go-to tool card. Oh, really, dude? Cool. So Professor's Research. I don't like discarding cards because that's going to make me run out of cards. Even though it is nice to draw 7 cards. I may want 1 in there just in case. I don't know yet. Switch cards. Let's see. Spicy Seasoned Curry. Your active Pokemon is now burned. Heal 40 damage from it. Not quite. Trekking Shoes. Super Effective Glasses. Super Effective Glasses might be interesting. It says, when applying weakness to damage from the attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to, done to your opponent's active Pokemon, apply it as 3x. That's brutal. Holy moly. Hey Parker, what's up, dude? Nice to see you back. Okay. Oh man, come on. Get in focus. Whew. Really? I may have to switch cams. This one is supposed to be really good in a dynamic focus, but it's lousy at reading cards. Alright, so I'm going to pass on that for now, because usually 2 times weaknesses and resistance is pretty good. I don't really feel like I need 3x on that. Energy Lotto. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal an energy card you find there and put it into your hand. Shuffle the other cards into your deck. Okay, that's pretty good. But again, we want to really look at supporters right now. So let's throw these back in. We're good on items. Now we want to figure out what supporters we're going to need to make this deck viable. So let's throw these back in. Let's find our supporters. Where did I put my supporters? Here we go. So again, I'm using older cards here because I feel like it's most likely what people are going to have lying around. But there's no reason we couldn't build this with cards from the current meta. But let's start again with something simple. So these are from a few sets ago. Claire says, for item card, what do you like them to usually do? Allow you to search for cards, draw, or other? Well, Claire, the answer is, in short, all of the above. Thanks for the easy curveball question, by the way. It really depends, honestly, to step back for a second, on what type of deck you're running. So if I have super strong Pokemon or I have an evolution line that I need to complete really quick, I'm going to favor item cards that let me find the Pokemon I need. But usually item cards don't let me find Pokemon cards that I need unless it's a Pokeball. In general, my item cards I prefer usually will let me find a Pokemon that I need, will let me access my discard pile, or will let me transfer from my discard pile to my hand or my deck. So it's usually involving manipulation, getting something out of a pile and putting it into another pile. Whether that's my hand and finding a Pokemon, or it's retrieving another specific item card or a supporter card. I don't usually run a lot of item cards that let me heal. Usually I'll rely on stadiums or Pokemon abilities for that, but it's not a terrible idea to have like a potion in there for when you really, really need it. In my grass deck, I have a stadium card that lets me heal. It's was it Black Forest? That lets me heal 50 health in between turns, and then also automatically heals paralysis, confusion, all that kind of stuff. So usually potions are not strong enough to make a huge difference. Back in base set and when I first started playing, 30 health was a really big deal, so being able to heal 30 health meant something. But now with cards having a big health pool like 240, 230, even into the 300s, 30 health usually is not that much, not enough of a difference to make a difference. So usually items, like I said, for me in a deck will involve moving things from pile to pile. So Clara, choose one or both. I like this kind of card, okay? So this is basically, Claire, what I look for in an item card, but it's actually in the form of a supporter card. So this Clara says choose one or both. Put up to 2 Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand. Good for getting a Pokemon that's knocked out or one I had to throw away. Or put 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand, and I get the benefit of that on 1 card. So this is nice, that's coming into my deck. And let me just check the count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we're at 11 right now. So I need 9 more cards to close out this deck. So, Peonia, put up to 3 prize cards into your hand. Then for each prize card you put into your hand this way, put a card from your hand face down as a prize card. So, if you've ever played a Pokemon TCG match, D, we're getting there. If there's an Avery card in here, we are going to pull an Avery and put it into the deck. You're correct about that. But so when we get there, I'll cross that bridge. Peony, sometimes we are looking for a very specific card. We go to search our deck and then we realize, oh no, the card I need is actually not in my deck, and it is in fact in my prize card pile. So this card will let me access that right away. This is a very specialized kind of card, but I want it in this deck anyway, in case there's a Pokemon I'm trying to pull that I don't have access to. Wally, let's see, TV Reporter, draw 3 cards and discard 1. League Staff, draw 2 cards. If Windiam Stadium isn't played, draw 2 more. Shadow Triad, Nessa, Ball Guy. Okay, great. So Ball Guy, good example. Heavy Ball is like that, but is F. What is F? F rotation? Very cool. Rion says, I have a question. I still have all my old cards. Are any of them usable in the current format? Yes and no. Yes and no, Rion. So the format of play now is divided into different kinds of play. There's standard rotation, which will be the newest 3 sets of cards, the newest FGH. It'll say that on the bottom of the cards. Hey, Beasties, what's up, man? But there are other formats for play, too. There's expanded and there's unlimited. And in expanded and unlimited, you can use old school cards. So like this deck I'm building, dude, I'm sure you recognize this guy. This is going into my deck. So this deck that I'm building right now will be for expanded play. So you can use older cards in there. There's just some game-breaking stuff, some combos you can put together. So it'll play a little bit more like the Wild Wild West, but it can still be done. So there are competitive Pokemon events that are in the expanded or unlimited format, but usually if you're going to go play like regionals, nationals, worlds, you're going to want to play standard rotation. So I have kids at my school that learn to play both. Gambler G. So Dee says, don't forget Gambler G spams that card whenever she can. Yes, yes, I know she likes Gambler. I have seen that card come out quite a bit. So let's see what we got here. That was a good question, man. So Clara, I'm going to put another Clara in. Peonia. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 5 more cards. We are going to look for an Avery. That was a really good suggestion. Let's see if we find it. It should be in here somewhere. Leon Marnie, Cheryl, Brawley, Karen's Conviction, Copycat, Professor's Research, Doctor. Professor's Research, Aroma Lady, Zinnia's Resolve,